Hey barbecue family, Kenyatta here. Welcome back to my channel. So this weekend is one of my favorites of the year. My daughter just had her 15th birthday, and every year since she turned 10, she has had a birthday party sleepover at our house. And since I've really gotten into barbecue over the last few years, it's been like an opportunity for me to, cook a lot of food at the same time, which I don't normally do. So I'm pretty excited. I thought today would also be a good opportunity for me to talk to you guys about the various cookers that I've collected over the years. So come along with me, join me for the ride. Again, I'll talk about my other smokers, and let's get this started. Alright guys, let me start off my backyard grill tour talking about my Lone Star grill. So this is the 20 by 42 offset smoker, and those of you who have been watching my channel since its inception know that my channel basically started with the arrival of my LSG smoker. Basically the big advantage for me, or the thing that I like most, is I love using my LSG for long cooks. I can do low and slow, pretty easy to keep the temperature, once you kind of get fire management down, pretty easy to keep the temperature between, I'd say, 225 and 250 if you want, or if you want to kick it up to 275 or even 300, that is also pretty easy to do as well. The one thing about it is that it doesn't cook even temperatures throughout the cooker, and I'm a little bit divided on whether or not that's an advantage or a disadvantage. I mean, once you know it, then you can plan your cooks accordingly. I think it's okay when I'm doing a cook like I am today, where I'm doing brisket and beef short ribs. And there you can see. So on a day like today, this works. Again, this side is the hottest side, and then the temperature on the top decreases going from left to right. And then the bottom shelf, bottom grate, is also, that's the coolest part of the smoker. So if this is at 220, let's say if this is at 240, this side might be at 225. Over here is probably around 180, something like that, just to give you an idea. All right, next up is my Hunsaker drum smoker, and these are also wonderfully made products. I think out of all of my smokers, my favorite to cook on is the LSG, but my second favorite, and next to a pellet smoker, the one that is, I think, the easiest to cook on, is my drum smoker. I like these so much. I actually have two of them. The one under the cover is a all black Hunsaker drum that I found at a pretty good price. So that's how much I think of the quality of their product. Drums in general, I think, are easy to cook on. I highly recommend them for anyone who's getting started in barbecue, especially the pit barrel cooker. And then I like to think that I graduated to this Hunsaker drum where you can get, you know, custom paint jobs. I like the fact that it has thermostat up there, temperature gauge up there. You can easily control the temperature at the exhaust. And then also there's a lever down at the bottom that controls the intake. You can control that with your foot. So starting off, you have it in the open position. While you're cooking, you have it in the middle position that has the intake at halfway open. And then when you're done cooking, you put it in the stop position that closes the intake. So between the intake and the exhaust up at the top, really easy to control temperatures. And once you get your temperature dialed in, these things hold that temp really well. I mean, you really don't have to do anything except check the temperature of your meat. So highly recommend Hunsaker drum smokers as well as pit barrel cooker. All right, next up is my Camp Chef flat top grill. I have the 4-burner model. And you know, so far I've only done like an introductory video with the Camp Chef, and I really should do a few more. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing that. I love my Camp Chef. I use it primarily to make breakfast, but you know, it's super flexible. I'd say in terms of flexibility, you know, a flat top grill like this is just as flexible, you know, as a gas grill. I mean, it's really a similar concept. You know, you've got your propane gas tank attached, and then you've got your 4 burners. You just turn the knob just like a gas grill. And because you can moderate the temperature on the different burners here, you can accomplish different cooking zones. Like you may want one side to be, you know, really hot, and maybe another side to be like a cool zone. And you can accomplish those things, you know, just by adjusting the knobs on the Camp Chef here. You really never need to turn any of them up to high. I'd say halfway is probably about as hot as you need to go. Even if you only have 2 burners on the left side, you can completely leave the burners on the right side off, and temperature will still radiate to the other side to give you, like I said, a hot and cool zone. So these are really flexible. You can cook just about anything on a flat top grill. Really handy, just like a gas grill. If you come home from work, need to cook something quick, you can do it on a flat top. Like I said though, I mostly use it for breakfast, maybe do some bacon or a couple of sausages, do some eggs. I really have only just scratched the surface in terms of different recipes. I need to expand and try out some different things. There's really a lot that can be done. Camp Chef is really well made. This is another grill that I have that I really don't have any cons. Really easy to get you got your grease trap. It flows into this removable container here. So really easy to keep clean. Highly recommend Camp Chef. Next up is my PK 360. This is my newest grill. I was really fascinated by the PK 360 because it really seems easy to achieve two-zone cooking on these, where I've got pardon the mess here, I haven't gotten around to cleaning it up, but where you have your coals on the right side, and obviously that would be your hot zone, and then you can have a cool zone on the left. The package that I have included some grill grates, so I've done a few steaks on this. Pretty easy to control as well in terms of temperature control. You've got intakes down at the bottom with these circular these cylinders. You just adjust your intake by turning the knob, and then also with the exhaust up at the top, where you can open and close. And again, it's really easy to achieve two-zone cooking by having intake open at the bottom on the right, closed on the left, open at the upper left, closed on the upper right. And that's how you achieve like a classic two-zone cooking with the PK 360. So I really bought this to have another alternative for when I'm cooking away from home. Now the footprint, when it's all put together, is a little bit larger than I thought it would be, and it makes it look like this will be difficult to take with you, but it all breaks down. I haven't done it yet. I haven't taken it back apart, but it all looks pretty easy, to remove the cooking chamber from the stand, and then you can also remove the two shelves pretty easily as well. It's just a matter of turning some knobs and just pulling it apart. So I'm hoping maybe later this summer or in this late spring, maybe get a chance to take it out and see how that works for me cooking away from home. But overall, like I said, very happy with the smoker. This is a good addition, and I think I'm going to get a lot of good use out of. And I think once I get a little bit more comfortable with it, maybe I'll get some videos out as well. Next up is the Kamado Gel, and I've had this smoker for quite a while. So ceramic style smokers like the Kamado Gel, again, are very versatile. Highly recommend. What I like about Kamado Gel as a company is that they always seem to be innovating, coming out with new things. They've got their own version of the temperature control system, automatic temperature control system. They've got their rotisserie that they've come out with, their own pizza stone, and just a whole litany of accessories and different things to expand your cooking experience with the KJ. So I do appreciate that about them as a company. All right, guys, next up is my Cajun Fryer. I've got the 6-gallon model. I picked this up late last year. I've only cooked on it a couple of times, haven't done any videos with it. But basically, every now and then you want to do some fried foods and maybe some fried chicken, or do some fish and chips. But you just don't want to have that smell inside of your house. So I thought it'd be a good idea to have an outdoor fryer, add that to my backyard arsenal as well. And, it works as advertised. another really well-made American product. This one's out of Louisiana, and works with propane gas tank. So pretty easy to get your temperature up into the 350 range, which is usually ideal for cooking a lot of food. Really easy. So again, no major complaints about this one either. I guess my only complaint, and it's a nitpick, and it really has nothing to do with the functionality. It's just moving it around. This thing has got some really sharp edges, and I've broke the skin, you know, actually trying to move it around, even though it's got a couple of big wheels here on one side. A little bit tough to move. Not as mobile as it looks, but that's really just a nitpick. But otherwise, the functionality of the Cajun Fryer is outstanding, and I'm really happy with it and looking forward to doing, you know, some more cooks with it. All right, guys, so what you're looking at here is I have probably the oldest cooker that I have that I've kept in my arsenal is probably my Weber Master Touch. So I've got my Weber Master Touch, and last year I picked up a Gabbys grill Santa Maria attachment. So that's what you see sitting on top of the kettle. And I've only done a few cooks on this one too. I mean, it works as advertised, really easy to use, simple to, you know, raise and lower the grate here. So yeah, no real issues. Just haven't really gotten around to using it quite as much. Maybe that's just because I just have so many other options to choose from. But I do envision seeing myself doing some tri-tip and, you know, some other things out here with the Santa Maria attachment. What I really like about it is the idea of being able to kind of, you know, like a stick burner. I can cook with real wood splits. You know, just put them in there and, you know, add some good authentic smoke flavor to whatever it is I'm cooking. So I imagine, you know, as the weather starts to warm up more, you know, I'll put this through its paces as well. All right, guys, the last smoker I want to talk about in my backyard arsenal is by Mac Grills. I have the 1-star General pellet smoker. And pellet smokers are, in my opinion, you know, if you have a pellet smoker, then you really probably don't need to also have a gas grill. And the big advantage of a pellet smoker like a Mac is that it does give you wood-fired smoke. But the big disadvantage is traditionally most pellet smokers do not give off as much of a smoke flavor as smokers that are fueled by charcoal or sticks, logs like stick burners. So that would be the big con. Now for me, with my Mac 1-star, basically I use it for smoking. I like to cook my food on the Mac anywhere from between 225 and 275. Like with this bacon, to finish it off, I start off my bacon at 250, and then I finish it off by cranking up the temp to 300. And the Mac, you know, they have a Pit Boss controller, that's what they call it. Really easy to control temps. You know, you just punch it up. I mean, and that's pretty much how it works with most pellet smokers. So that's what, it's that technology aspect that makes them really growing in popularity, really easy to use. And without question, you know, the Mac 1-star is the easiest smoker that I have in terms of usability. All right, guys, so there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour of my backyard toys. You know, let me know if you have any questions about any of the smokers that I have. I'm always love to get comments and questions from you guys. Again, you know, the channel wouldn't be where it is today without your support, so I really do appreciate it. Again, if you haven't already subscribed, if you like what you see here, please do. It will definitely help the channel and will help me get more videos like this to you. This is Kenyatta Robinson. Thanks again for joining me on my Backyard Smoke Master Barbecue channel. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.